Hi everybody, so in today's training, I'm going to share with you how you can discover and understand your dream clients, right? Whether you're starting completely from scratch as a business or you're already experienced and you want to scale, right, your income over and over again. And with that, let's get started. So very quickly, who am I, right? My name is Mark. I've facilitated more than $10 million worth of funding for the startups in Silicon Valley of Singapore. Generated more than $5 million, right? As a digital marketer and more than $300,000 for my side hustles, including becoming the #1 affiliate for Tony Robbins in Asia. So yeah, I took a leap of faith, right? A couple of years ago to start my lifestyle coaching business, grew it about multiple six figures and served more than 350 people through coaching calls since. And right now I help lifestyle entrepreneurs make extra 10 to 30K per month while having the time, energy, and freedom to enjoy your life. So, right, why is this also important in this first training is because it allows you to better serve your clients by truly understanding the problems, pains, goals, and needs. If you really do not understand your customers, your clients, your ideal people you want to serve, chances are you cannot be the best version of yourself where you can help them out no matter where they are at. So for example, right, in my own coaching business, I've served people who are in different industries than me, people who are older than me, more experienced than me, and frankly, some of them are even more intelligent, right, than me. But the reason why I'm still able to serve them and why they continue to stay with my clients, right, is because that I'm able to understand from their point of view. Right, I understand from their positioning, their perspectives, their problems, their pains, their goals, their situation, their needs, their industry, their market. And that's why even though, right, I have clients that, okay, I might not know exactly everything that they're going through, I might not be in their position specifically before, I'm able to serve so many of them, and many of them still become our recurring clients for years as well. So at the same time, right, it also allows you to better market and track your dream clients by specifying who you want to and who you do not want to work with. So for example, the more you understand your clients, your customers, right, the more you can create content catered for them, right? So for example, when I first starting out my business, I was trying to target everybody, right? So I was trying to use words like burnout, overwhelm, misaligned, stuck, lost, right? I was just following to what my gurus, trainers, coaches told me, right? When it comes to constantly addressing the problems and pain. However, what I realized is when I started out my coaching business, then slowly the people I attracted were people who are extremely burnt out, extremely overwhelmed, extremely in a big pain, which is fine, right? If you want to work with them, but ideally I want to work with people who might be in a later stage, people who might already have gotten some momentum, some clarity going on. And by switching out and exactly who I wanted to work with, I was able to find even better clients to work with, who could pay me more money, who I enjoy working with, and I feel I can create even more impact. So it's not saying that I did not like working with my earlier group of clients, right? It's just that I felt that I could create even more impact based on what I'm doing right now. So again, this is a very important thing that you want to take note of. So what to expect in this entire video. So number one, you're going to learn exactly how to position yourself, basically discover who your dream clients are. Number two, you're going to identify who the most profitable clients and customers are in the market for you. And number three, you're going to understand your dream clients so you can better attract, engage, and serve them to grow your business and income. So first things first, before we begin, if you're starting out, so very quickly, if you are starting out, do not expect to identify your dream clients exactly from the very beginning. So what do I mean? Right? If you're starting out, chances are you might not even have the data, right? You might not even have the insights or clarity about who your dream clients are because you haven't even worked with enough people in the first place. So for anyone who thinks, right, who tells you that you can just think of your dream client even though you're starting out from scratch, I would highly recommend against having a point of view. Not saying that you cannot have a broad idea, right? So you can still broadly take some of the principles we have taught today, but if you're in an early stage, my biggest priority is to find more clarity, more data, more research before trying to crystallize or get extremely clear about who my ideal clients are. So like I said, if you're starting out, my main priority is get data research from the ground first. So we do things like survey campaigns, right? Or analyzing your own journey as well. And then your main first focus is to get your first 5 to 15 beta clients or customers. Understand, right? I'll talk more about that later today. And from there, you can understand what are the traits or profile of your ideal client, the most common patterns, and then that will give you some idea of who your ideal clients are. You can also broadly support some of the, adopt some of the principles here if you're starting out, but don't need to go super detailed for now. Next thing, one thing we'll go through is who are the best kinds of clients to serve to in the first place. And this is what Alex Hormozi, right, author of the book $100 Million Offers, this was accepted from that, which is the best kind of market to serve is really what we call a starving crowd. People who truly have the pain or problem and they want it solved immediately, right? But another layer to look at it based on $100 million offers, right, is number one, besides pain, that means it's something they want to solve ASAP. Number two is they actually have a purchasing power to buy from you. So for example, yes, right, part of you might want to help, let's say, students, right, who want some career coaching. Right? unless it's the schools who are paying you because they have the purchasing power, chances are you might not want to focus just on coaching those students themselves who might not be the power to pay you in the first place. Instead, finding mid-career professionals, people who already have jobs, people who have businesses, they usually have more purchasing power. So we'll give some examples later. Right, number 3 is you want to find people who are easy to target, right? Fortunately, not now because of it's online, right? And through advertisements where targeting is more specific than ever, and through organic content, TikTok and whatnot, it's generally easier to find target groups to target. But just take note is if the people you want to target or people you want to attract is very difficult to find in the first place, it might not be the best kind of clients to serve. Okay, and number 4, right, is a growing market. So ideally, as much as possible, if you want to grow your business, right, in the long term, you want to make sure that the demand is not only steady, but is growing as well. So for example, in Singapore, right, tuition is something that is not only a stable demand, there will always be demand for tuition centers or tuition in Singapore for kids, but it's likely a growing market, right? As the population, let's say, grows, right, or more expats come in, right, for the children, right, the demand, right, for tuition is bound to grow over the long term. Okay, so one thing to think of based on $100 million offers based on the book by Alex Hormozi, right? A starving crowd will always be more important than an offer, right? Which you can find trainings in different videos that we have. And right, it's actually more important than sales and persuasion skills. So if you can find the right market, right, offer and persuasion doesn't be as important as it could be. So some examples, so for example, let's say you're life or productivity coaches, right? Obviously you can find young graduates, right? Where maybe the pain is low right now because they just started on the job. They might not really struggle with life or productivity. Perhaps not. It could also be purchasing power, right? But it's very low because these are young graduates with not much money. Easy to target, yes, probably, right? Through Facebook advertising, through content, and growing, right? In terms of young graduates, right? In, let's say, Asia or around the world. On the other hand, if you have young, ambitious entrepreneurs, yeah, massive pain probably, right? Because they have a lot of things they want to achieve. Yes, right, they might need some help with life productivity ASAP. Purchasing power is still pretty low. Let's say they are young, they don't have much revenue, much income. Easy to target, yes, generally, right, again, through content and growing somewhat, right, because I think in the path of the around the world, there are a lot more entrepreneurs who are starting out, right, who want to build ambitious businesses, make more money, right, achieve financial freedom, right, so it's growing, but again, purchasing power pretty low. However, right, if you're going to find stressed out, established entrepreneurs or even professionals or corporates instead, right, again, massive pain, yes, right, huge amounts of pain, purchasing power, very high, right? Easy to target, yeah, somewhat, right? Through ads, through content, it's pretty easy to target, and growing, yes. Because why? I think right now, as you can see with the whole emphasis on mental health, chances are the market for stressed people, burnout people, right, misaligned people are a lot more growing more than before. So I will say out of these 3, I'll probably want to choose the stressed out or established entrepreneurs or corporates market, right? If I'm a life productivity coach. Again, this is just an example. Another example could be, let's say if you're a marketing agency, right? Again, you can target solopreneurs, massive pain, probably, right? Because they need a lot of marketing or sales help support. Purchasing power pretty low usually, right? Easy to target, yeah, somewhat again, right? And then growing, right? Yes, a lot of people are getting solopreneurs, right? Established SMEs, right? Startups, companies already, massive pain, probably. But chasing power, okay, decent, pretty well because they're already somewhat established. Easy to target, yes, growing, right? High. MNCs, massive pain, definitely. And most companies always want more sales and marketing most of the time. Purchasing power, right? Very high, right? Because they're MNCs. Easy to target, a little bit more difficult because people might be more selective, a bit more choosy, and to find the right people to target might be a little bit more difficult and tricky. But growing, alright, MNCs growing market pretty decent. So out of this, I might want to generally, let's say, if I want to maximize my probability of signing up, it could be established SMEs or it could even be MNCs as well. Again, these are just examples for you to just run through these 4 questions to make sure you have a good idea of who are the people you want to target. So reminder, right? Remember, you need to work your way up before working on dream clients. What do I mean? So let's say you're starting out a little bit new, right? Take note that you probably cannot expect to work with your ideal dream clients who can pay you millions of dollars from the very beginning. Chances are, if you're a bit new or starting out, you might want to start a little bit small first and then grow your way from there. So for example, when I first started my own business, I was mainly focusing on startups, right? Early stage, aspiring entrepreneurs, side hustlers. But as I grow my business and I get more credibility, more proof, more case studies, okay, right? Then now it's easier for me to attract my dream clients, right? People who are already entrepreneurs, already doing pretty well, but they just need they just misaligned their business model, a bit overwhelmed, or they just want to adopt, right, some things I'm doing to scale their business more sustainably and become more happy as well. So take note, right, which is even though you might identify your dream clients, it doesn't mean that you can get them immediately, right? Especially if you're starting a bit new. Chances are you want to work your way up and not to be too selective when you're starting out. Again, it's always a balance between being aligned with your dream clients, right, versus what's practical and who can you work with, and just be a bit open for the time being. Okay, so quick question, right? Some people ask, Mark, right, how do I find my perfect positioning, or what if there are people even better than me, right? So there's one quick question that you want to ask. And what I always tell a lot of lifestyle entrepreneurs is, so if this advice is not for people who are wanting to IPO their business, or they want to run multiple 7, 8-figure companies, probably not for you. You do want to find a unique positioning, right, and be very clear about that eventually. But if you're running a lifestyle business, here's my suggestion, or here's my thoughts that work for me. I do not have to be necessarily the best or the most unique out there. And I know some gurus or some trainers, some coaches might disagree, but my take is, for a lot of people who want to run a lifestyle business anywhere from 10 to 50,000 per month, you do not really need to be very unique, right, or have the most perfect positioning in order to win, because you're just trying to get a very small piece of the market, right? 10 to 50, or even 100K is not a lot. So if you're able to target, right, and just serve, number one, attract, yes, generally your dream customer clients. Again, you do not be perfect in your positioning, but you're able to find between 10 to 200 depending on what you're doing. Number two, you serve them very well, right? You just serve them to your best ability, you execute, you create results for them. Number three, you resell and renew them for recurring income, right? Which I'm going to talk about in separate training, separate videos, you might check it out, right? For recurring income, and then rinse and repeat. So chances are you might not even need to be a world-class expert, right? You need to be the best in the world, right? In order to create a lucrative, profitable lifestyle business. Okay, so moving forward, right, when it comes to understanding your ideal client. So here are just you can feel free to take a screenshot. These are some of the patterns to identify, right, when it comes to your dream clients, right? Number one, what are some of the demographics? All right, we have a template later, so you can check it out. What are some demographics? Is it age, gender, occupation, income level, other relevant demographic? I like a bonus question, which is, what is a typical day like for your ideal client? If you can point it out, that'd be a freaking amazing. It means writing down generally how a day of them would be like, and that can really help you out for content, serving them even further, right, and helping them in so many more ways. Okay, demographics. Number two, what are their goals and dream outcomes? What do they want to achieve at the end of the day? Why do they want to achieve them? So really going deep, besides just saying make money, right? Why do they make more money? Is it because they want to travel more? They want to take care of their family? They want to take care of their loved ones, right? They want to be people who can realize their full potential. So what's the idea of their dream life? So the more you can understand their goals and dream outcomes, the better. Next one, what are problems and pain points, right? So challenges, problems, frustrations that the client experiences in relation to their needs or goals. So really, what are their biggest problems they're facing? The more you talk to people, the more you survey people, the more you get a clear idea. What do they tend to consume and be influenced from, and what are their beliefs? So external factors impact, right, the decision-making process. So for example, social, cultural, environmental influences, who they work with, coaches. So for example, for my program, I know a lot of people might have attended events like Millionaire Mind Intensive. People might know who are these people called Melvin So, Russell Brunson, right? These are the people that, hey, it'll be good for me to kind of understand, right, who are they working with, so that I can help them to achieve their goals even further. What are their questions and concerns about your similar solutions and what you offer? So the client's doubts, uncertainties, inquiries about product, service, or solution. What are their personality traits? How are they character-wise? What are their values? Are they more driven by freedom, impact, or security? How do they tend to communicate with you and others? How do they tend to behave? So all these questions, again, we have the template, but analyze your clients, your customers, right, to be able to find out and to understand them even further as well. So how to get clear, right? Basically, the first way is use your old self as the ideal client. You're doing mostly coaching, consulting. Usually that's a good way to get started. Use your old self as the ideal client. Detail your profile via the spreadsheet we're going to provide later. We'll show you the template. Number two, redo the exercise after you have helped about 5 to 10 clients. I highly recommend this, especially whether it's beta, paid, free. Redo the exercise after you have helped 5 to 10 clients based on what you're doing. And number three, get feedback from a mentor or coach to help you review the exercise you have done. All right, so do that. Later, I'll give you an example. Or if you're doing a ChatGPT, right, this is a sample prompt that you might be able to use. Again, my understanding is always align it with yourself as well. So review this exercise again by your own personal reflection, and right, also after help about 5 to 10 clients. So again, yes, ChatGPT, online research, social media can help you out, but always refine it after you get your first 5 to 10 clients. Okay, so putting everything together. So number one, right, what you're going to do is you're going to fill up and study your spreadsheet again based on either yourself, your people you have worked with already, or even through ChatGPT research, right? So number one, right, is the first thing I look at is the prospect itself, the name, the industry, occupation, the age, top values. The next thing I talk about is what are the problems, right, and what the external, right, and the pain, right? So usually external problems, these are the situation. Biggest internal challenges, these are usually the pain, the emotions, the inner struggles that they're facing. What are the solutions they've tried? So this is a very popular question to ask a lot of people that you might have worked with or about to work with. Right? Have they tried, and why did they not work? So just finding out why did they not work in the first place will be very valuable as you understand your ideal client. Next one is the promise, the goals. What are the actual dream outcome they might want to achieve in the first place? Their goals, their dreams, right? Why do they want it? What are some reasons why they have decided to work with you? right? What do they actually like from you that you can offer? And of course, some of their own transformation stories. So this is optional. I'll talk about that in a separate training, but this is just basically what is their own transformation after they have worked with you. Next thing, right? The last one is the more general stuff, which is the general thoughts and beliefs about themselves, character traits in terms of their values, their personalities, how are they like as a person, who do they typically follow, listen to. This is a very good area to find out who are they listening to, and of course some industry terms that only the people in the sector or in your space might actually understand. Okay, so again, from there, right, from analyzing all these areas, right, so again, find a first top 5 to 10 if you can, and then identify the top 2 to 3 most common patterns to come up with for your ideal client. Is it based on a profile? Maybe it's the occupation. Maybe it's the fact that they're fathers, right? Is it the fact they're occupations? Is it the fact they're entrepreneurs, financial agents, so on and so forth? So number 1 is the profile. Number 2 is the traits or values. Are they heart-centered? Are they introverts? Are they ambitious? So for example, I realized that the people I work with are very freedom-oriented. A lot of them are very family-oriented as well in terms of freedom, right, and also their family. But a lot of them are also very impact-driven as well. That means they actually care about the customers and clients they work with. So instead of just trying to make a quick buck out of people, right, they actually care about the people they work with, and that's what drives them, besides making more money, support their family, right, or to create more meaningful work. Okay, and number 3, right, is problems and goals. Overwhelmed, misaligned, impact-driven, right? So again, problems and goals are just basically based on the things that they are running away from or what they are achieving towards. So these are ways to describe your ideal client. So for example, it could be, for me, it could be lifestyle entrepreneurs who are coaches, consultants, creators, right? Fathers above 30 who are Christians, education centers generating more than $5 million in revenue per year, right? Financial agents making at least 30K per year, single women above 40 who are working professionals, stock investors who are underperforming the market, or employees who are misaligned burnout. So again, there are many examples here. You can, again, if you're a client, right, feel free to submit it over. We can review it for you also. And so what you do is try it out and write down who your ideal client is for right now with this exercise. And with this recap, again, just take note. Number 1, if you're starting out, do not overthink the exercise. Number 2, the 4 traits of amazing market to sell, right, which is a growing pain, as in a massive pain, easy to target, right, growing pain, and right, making sure that your ideal clients are actually, right, which is a high purchasing power, right? So number 2, right? So number 3, right, there are different ways to understand ideal client, right? We have demographics, goals, problems, pain. We talk about typical day as well. So there are many different ways, right? So take note, use the spreadsheet, right? We'll put a link there for your reference so you can use it and apply it yourself. And for clients, feel free to submit it and send it to us. Number 4, getting clear of your ideal client based on studying the most common patterns among your beta clients. And number 5, describing your ideal client in that way as well. So hope this quick exercise helps you out, right? Again, we go a bit deeper, right? If you want to potentially work with us, we gave you a lot more personalized feedback and support. So again, if you want unlimited personal support, make extra 10 to 30K per month while enjoying a lifestyle business, click on the first link below or find me on Facebook and DM me info for more details, right? Again, if you is not ready yet, no problem. You can go to my website, right? Sign up for a newsletter, check my Facebook where I share my latest stuff, or my YouTube, right? Continue subscribing, check out my other videos, even more of my best stuff over here. So with that, I'll see you very soon and have a very great day ahead.